Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video tutorial. This will mark the first board of a new chapter in dubious positions and how to attack them. For the next 8 videos, we will be going over the elephant opening and some dubious positions associated with development of the pieces. Again, I would like to express my gratitude and thanks to Master Wenqing and Grandmaster Zhang for allowing me to use their work to produce this video. And if you like the work that I've been doing, please do subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. So without further ado, let's begin. Elephant opening. Left central cannon. Now this is the most commonly used counter. C2 equals to 5 will be discussed in another video. And in this board, Brett would develop his right horse as a EI horse or elephant eye horse to protect the pawn over here instead of the usual h2 plus 3 which is advocated. Now this move is to protect the pawn, prevent it from attack by black, and is considered to be very old school, but is seldom or ever seen nowadays in high level tournaments. Now this is not a good move because the horse will be fixed too early. The lines of development will be very obvious. It could go here, usually over here to cross palace position, etc. And this horse will often become a target of attack, and usually a chariot will be needed to protect it if it were under attack, and thus limit the efficiency of the chariot in this manner. Now, the more steadfast move would be to play h2 plus 3 or h8 plus 7 to develop either horse as a proper horse to protect the central pawn. And in this board, Red will continue to develop his horse as a cross palace horse, which is again a questionable move. The objectives of this move are unclear because obviously neither pawn had been advanced, so if the horse moved over here, black would simply push a pawn and this horse would be in trouble. Again, at this point in time, h8 plus 7 or even h8 plus 9 would have been much better, whereby Red would try to develop his material as fast as possible. So Red had made 2 dubious moves so early in the game, and he would have to pay very dearly for this mistake. Black develops his left flank. Red moves the cannon to safety. Again, if r1 equals to 2, black would move the chariot across the river or to the riverbank and pin these 2 pieces. So a better move would be c2 equals to 3. And because the horse had left and he was not protecting the central pawn, black would usually draw first blood by capturing the central pawn, which is one of the most important pieces in the early opening phase. Now, Red plays a4 plus 5 so that he could develop his chariot r1 equals to 4 as a kingside chariot. And at this point, black would use up one move to traverse the cannon to this position. And with this move, Red's entire left flank will be paralyzed because now the horse cannot move. Now this is a very commonly used tactic when dealing with an enemy's cross palace horse. This is quite a typical tactic. So we can see that Red's position is very cramped. His left flank is underdeveloped, and there's nothing the horse can do at this point in time, thus defeating the purpose of using up so many moves to develop the horse so early in the game. Okay, Red tries to fight back, play r1 equals to 4 to develop his chariot. Now, it would not be a good idea to play c8 plus 1 to try to trade material, because after trading material, the position of this horse would become very awkward. Red would now play p5 plus 1 to attack from the central file. The central cannon is always ready, the horse is ready to go. p7 plus 1, Red tries to move away this piece that was blocking his horse. e3 plus 5 to prevent a trade of pawns. As can be seen, Red can probably only play c8 equals h8 plus 6, etc. But it will hard to adjust the position of the red horse, and black would have a superior positioning as he was prepared to capture another pawn. And if the horse moved here, central pawn will advance, and again the red horse will be in trouble. Black has an easy time ahead. So r1 equals to 4 would be better than trading cannons to try to alleviate pressure. And black will continue his attack with c2 plus 2. Now, this would be the position of discussion for this spot. Now with the riverbank cannon, the cannon can move to either one of the intersections along the riverbank and attack. And most notably, because the left flank was under attack, c2 equals 1 would be quite a powerful attack. Now faced with this move, there were two red variations that were discussed. The first would be c8 plus 2, red counters likewise with the riverbank cannon of his own, and the other will be r4 plus 3. So without further ado, let us see variation A, whereby red plays c8 plus 2. Now he hoped that this cannon will block this black's offending riverbank cannon. Black immediately goes for c2 equals to 5 for central cannon. Counters likewise. And red wastes no time in developing his right chariot as a rank chariot, as he's prepared to attack this flank over here. It's a bold and very threatening move, very far-sighted also. Bishop plus 7. Black again wastes no time in threatening the cannon over here. And red was forced to make this move. If he retreated the cannon, this cannon will now capture the pawn and prepare to attack the bottom rank, and red will be in all sorts of trouble so early in the game. So r1 equals to 8. Black sacrifices the elephant. A check, moving the advisor. And red tries to gain some momentum to claw his way back into the game with r9 equals to 8. But black is more than happy to sacrifice another piece with e3 plus 5, threatening the cannon, and also to beef up his defense on the central file. Once the defenses were up, black can fully concentrate on his attack. Now if r8 plus 5, this is not a good idea. Red will only play c5 plus 2 to deliver a check. Now he cannot capture he cannot capture the chariot. Check and mate. c5 plus 2, and red will actually gain a chariot for black's very reckless play. So r8 equals to 5 is not a good idea. So e3 plus 5 will be a good idea to beef up the defense, so that he will now be prepared to capture the elephant. And since the elephant was here, red will not be able to deliver a check. And red was forced to retreat the cannon to avoid c8 equals to 5. So black could now attack with r plus plus 2. And after sacrificing the horse, black would take his time and not capture the elephant. Instead, he would now advance the horse to threaten the cannon over here. The horse could also cross over to capture the pawn, and attack on this flank will be very fast and furious. This red chariot cannot do much at this point in time. It cannot even return to help defend over here. So black will now have a full-scale assault going on, and victory will not be far away. And just a reminder, we can see that at the 14th ply, this black cannon will still have blocked the red horse, and these three pieces are basically dysfunctional. So this would be variation A. Now let us go to variation B, r4 plus 3, whereby black tries to dislodge the cannon. Black has some tricks up his sleeve. He will play c2 equals to 1 as mentioned earlier, and this would place red in a big dilemma. The cannon will now be threatening to capture the red chariot over here, and black can only try to make this move to try to prevent this from happening. Now, but what If red played h8 plus 9, again black will play c4 equals to 1. This will be a cannon fork, because now this cannon will be attacking this chariot and this chariot at the same time. Black would be bound to lose a chariot, and he will lose the game in this manner. So with c8 equals to 9, c8 equals to 9, if this were to happen, again this would still be a fork, and black could counter in this manner so that it will be a trade of chariots. So red would not be so bad off. So as can be seen, that is why red will play c8 equals to 9. So seeing that this attack was futile and the black cannon had already forced the red cannon to the edge file, black will now sacrifice this cannon and move his cannon to the central file, offering the cannon as sacrifice, because if red captured, this would be an immediate checkmate. So red will not dare to capture the cannon. Check. After trading chariots, again black will attack this flank very rapidly. He will try to go for the iron ball checkmate, pressing the horse to deliver a check. Again moving the cannon, sacrificing the horse, and to attack with the chariot with r6 equals to 8. Now it is obvious at this point in time that black would have a winning position, because once you deliver a check, this cannon, for example, if this happened, check. Let's say if this happened, a possible line, this would be a check, forcing the cannon away, and a checkmate. So at this point, black would have a winning position. So this brings us to the end of the first example in this board, and we can see that red's biggest problem was developing the horse as a EI horse, which is still okay, but the next move of h4 plus 6 would spell doom for red in this situation. Let us go through the video from the eyes of black. e3 plus 5, central cannon, EI horse, the problematic move. Again, another even worse move, and from here on it will be black's game all the way. And knight goes to 8, capturing the central pawn and then blocking the horse, and immediately red's entire left flank would now become paralyzed. r1 equals to 4, red tries to fight back, but it's too late. A very nice move, c2 plus 2. As can be seen, this will be the position of discussion. Variation A, red tries to counter, central cannon, counter. Now the elephant will suddenly become the target of attack. r1 plus 1, the cannon. Red is forced to make this move. If he were to retreat, r4 equals to 9 would spell a lot of trouble for red. r1 equals to 8, sacrificing the elephant, defending the central file. If black was too in a hurry to capture the chariot, red could cross-check and capture the chariot, and turn the tables and gain a winning position at this point in time. So that is why black must play e3 plus 5, consolidate his central file, so that if c5 plus 2 were to happen, he could still attack and his chariot would still be placed in safety. And also the elephant will now threaten the cannon, so this will in fact be a trade of material if need be. c1, otherwise r8 equals to 5 would happen. But black would have other things. The chariots are now linked, so he could force a trade of chariots. And after sacrificing the horse and cannon, this horse will now attack, threatening the red's central cannon, and also threaten to capture the pawn for a more powerful attack. So at this point in time, black had mobilized all his troops and he would have a winning position. Variation B, red tries to shoo the cannon away, but now it will be this cannon who will play c2 equals to 1, forcing black to play c8 equals to 9. Otherwise, if we play the horse, this would be an immediate cannon fork. The cannon would now be attacking both chariots simultaneously. Red would lose a chariot and the game. But if with h8 plus 9, if red tried the same thing, simply capture the cannon, and this would be a trade of material. Instead, red will gain some material instead. So let's say gain the material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and red will actually turn the table. So that is why red has to play c8 equals to 9. So seeing that this attack would not bear fruit, black played c1 equals to 5 to attack the central file after forcing the cannon to the edge file, and thus it cannot advance. Check. Trade off chariots, and after trading chariots, this flank is become increasingly empty. The black chariot will now be prepared to traverse to attack. Check, forcing the cannon. And it is obvious at this point that black would have a winning position. So a quick idea, red's plight was because of h2 plus 4 at this point in time, and after developing it as h4 plus 7. Now this was what was meant by the Xiangqi master saying that the horse was the development of the horse was decided too early, and black would have ample time to counter the development of this horse. Now if red continue with h4 plus 5, black would simply play p5 plus 1. The horse would be in trouble. It would not have any place to go. If it played h6 plus 7, black would counter with p3 plus 1. So h2 plus 4 is not so commonly seen. It is only used in specific situations for attack to allow for development of other pieces. So if you like the work that I've been doing, please do subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.